Hello everybody, I'm DMoneyDeath23 and welcome to r/r, aka Review and Reaction. In today's episode, I'm going to be listening to the album Go For Your Guns by the Isley Brothers. The first song that we have on this album is called The Pride Parts 1 and 2. The Pride Part 1 and 2 was a very good opener. I loved how the bass was mixed. It was in the center. The harmonies were great. They kept saying, the pride, the pride. And it was basically about how pride will take you through. At least that's their interpretation. Overall, it was a good starting to the album. And the very next song that we have is called Footsteps in the Dark Part 1 and 2. Footsteps in the Dark Part 1 and 2 is absolutely amazing. It's actually the original song that was sampled for Today Was a Good Day by Ice Cube. Overall, man, the bass sounds amazing in this album. The lyrics were good. It was about whether or not a relationship is going to endure or if it's going to crumble under all the pressure of just not being equal. The guitar was mixed excellently. Overall, this has been a good song. And yeah, the next song that we have on our album is called Tell Me When You Need It Again, Part 1 and 2. Tell Me When You Need It Again, the bass was mixed excellently. I loved the vocals. The harmonies were great. Tell Me When You Need It Again could be about, if you need to go to the store, making love, stuff like that. Overall, it wasn't as good as Footsteps in the Dark, but it had a nice flow to it, and it definitely was the cool-off song after such an amazing song. So the next song that we have is Climbing Up the Ladder. Climbing Up the Ladder Part 1 and 2, as it was called, was an absolute fresh breath of air after Tell Me When You Need It Again. It brought the album back to its best. Everything was great about it. I loved how the bass was mixed. I loved how the guitar sounded. I loved how the singer was singing. I mean, damn, it was just such a great song. It's either this or Footsteps in the Dark for the best song on this album. The next song that we have is Voyage to Atlantis. Voyage to Atlantis was an extremely chill song after the, high and rumpy Climbing Up the Ladder. It was a very good song, not as good as Footsteps in the Dark or Climbing Up the Ladder or even The Pride, but it was a good song, and if you're just going for a walk, I could definitely see this song being there. We only have 2 more songs left on this album. The next song is Living in the Life. Living in the Life was an absolute banger of the song. The drums were mixed in the right earbud. The bass was good. It had this sliding guitar effect that went meow, that would go from your left ear all the way to your right. And the song was about just, living life, the chaos of it, and just all that stuff. And it was an awesome song. I mean, it was definitely a pickup after Voyage to Atlantis. And yeah, the very last song that we have on the album is Go For Your Guns, and Living in Your Life flows right into Go For Your Guns. So yeah, here's the very last song and my thoughts on it. Go For Your Guns was just an instrumental song, but it was a very fast-paced song. Most of the songs on this album have been either 5 or 6 minutes. The song was 2 minutes and 16 seconds. And yeah, it was a good song. So yeah, here is my review of Go For Your Guns by the Isley Brothers. Overall, Go For Your Guns by the Isley Brothers was a very good album. It only consisted of 7 songs, and here's what I thought of each song. The Pride Part 1 and 2, it's a good opener, would recommend it. Footsteps in the Dark, I mean, it was so good that it was sampled on Ice Cube's most iconic song. So, yeah. Tell Me When You Need Me Again, it was a come down from Footsteps in the Dark, but it's not a bad song at all. Climbing Up the Ladder brought the flow back to the album, and that song was an absolute banger. Voyage to Atlantis was the come down to Climbing Up the Ladder. It wasn't a bad song, I just don't think it is as good as Tell Me When You Need Me Again. Living in the Life was an absolute great fast-paced song, and Go For Your Guns, which was a fade-in from Living in Your Life, was a great song. Overall, I enjoyed all 7 songs, but I would say that I am gonna definitely be listening to 5 of the songs from this album, and yeah, this album for me gets a straight 7 out of 10. And the song that I would recommend you listen to the most would be Footsteps in the Dark, Climbing Up the Ladder, and Living in Your Life flowing into Go For Your Guns. Thank you guys for listening to this episode of R&R. The very next episode that I'm going to be having is the reaction to Phil Collins' very first album. Thank you guys for listening, and I will see you guys in the next episode of R&R. Have a good day.